is being the better vault.
About
9.725, getting a congratulatory hug from Scott Johnson. And now the pressure's on Scott. What will his score be? Brandy Johnson achieved the same score as her Romanian competitor. And the Johnson team wind up with a total of 19.425. They are 1/10 behind the Romanians. We'll have more, but first, these is our next competitor. A 15-year-old from the Soviet Union competing first on the vault. Again, repeating the restrictions. If women wish to vault, they must vault in the first round. Kathy Johnson?
She does it so easily, it's unexpected. The landing was a little bit off, but I can't tell you how difficult this vault is. The amazing part is she keeps perfect form. Legs completely together, and a total laid-out position. 1, 2. Just a tiny bit off-center and a tiny bit short on the rotation.
She likes movies, music, and art.
What is her strength, Kathy? Is it upper body power? Is it leg power? How come she can do so much before she hits the ground?
I would have to say it's timing. Timing and positioning.
And that was the first attempt by Svetlana Bayutova. She is from Mogilev in the Soviet Union. And she is waiting now for the green flag to do her second vault. We've just been told that the score for the first vault is 9.8. A fair score.
Very good score for that vault. If she improves on the landing, we're going to see a big score.
She stuck that one.
Definitely a better vault. I'm amazed at the consistency she has with this vault. Now, if you're familiar with vault, you can see the run is a little bit slower than the traditional approach. Good lift up off the horse, and as I said, a perfect tight twist.
Her partner is Igor.
Here's his dismount, a flare right up to a handstand. Walking across the horse. Only 18 years old. He's got a good career ahead of him.
His partner, Svetlana Bayutova, received a 9.90 for her vault. The second vault, obviously, Kathy, was the better vault. She received a 9.8 for the first. So the 9.9 is the one that will be used. It will be combined with the pommel horse score that we are waiting for Igor Korobchinsky. This is the pair from the Soviet Union. There you see the judges making the final calculations. 9.7, giving them a total of 19.60, and they are now our leaders, with Romania pulling in second and Johnson coming in third. From the Soviet Union, back to the United States. Our next pair consists of Shelley Stack and Dan Hayden. Shelley Stack is one of Karolyi's kids, competes down in Houston, Texas, although she is originally from Endicott, New York. She is 14 years of age, and she is one of the smaller gymnasts here at 4 feet 7 inches tall.
She's also doing the Yurchenko layout full. A very good vault, little short on the landing, had to take a small hop. This vault is perfect. As you said, she's a very small gymnast. It's hard for someone that's 4 feet 7, 72 pounds, to generate a lot of speed and power. So with the round-off vault, with the right timing and the right approach.
Let's talk about her landing. Karolyi teaches a unique form of landing in that he spreads the legs apart on the landing. I think we'll see it here.
Well, it's a very deliberate landing.
Feet apart.
Right. Personally, I like a landing that's quicker, crisper, and with the feet together. And I believe it's a deduction this way. She has good position in the air.
Is it a bigger deduction to have your feet apart or to take a step?
It's really, there is a set deduction for taking a step. There is no set deduction for landing with feet apart. It's a judgment call. Obviously, you can get your legs too far apart, and then it is a definite deduction.
Or a split.
Now, gymnastics fans need to get used to seeing this vault. It's called a Yurchenko. It's the round-off entry vault. It's definitely the trend. Good approach. A much better vault. See, the problem when you land with your feet that far apart, if you do stick and stand up immediately, you're stuck standing with your feet apart.
now a young gentleman who recently moved to Woodward Gymnastics Camp in Woodward, Pennsylvania. Where he's
Just about as good as she can do this vault. Look at that. Perfect. Right on the horse. Good lift. Watch the landing.
Wow.
Doesn't move at all.
Give her the Elmer's Glue Award. Shelley Stack from Caroli's. She is married for this meet to Dan Hayden, 23-year-old from Buffalo, New York originally, now competes for Woodward's Gymnastics Camp.
I don't know if Dan appreciated that. Actually, Dan is married, so we better correct. Technically, you can't really deduct, but when they see something and they don't expect that to happen, they might take the deduction. They're used to seeing him do a giant swing out of it. Here's the Kovacs, back up and over the bar. He's a little bit close, though. See, his arms are bent, and he can't generate swing to go over the bar. So he does a kip.
Now, Hayden's coming off a crushed vertebrae, broken legs, back fractures. This poor guy has been in the hospital more than he's been in the gym.
Yeah, and he's done amazing things in being able to come back. In fact, the one field that he wants to get into when he's done with gymnastics, if you can guess,
Sports medicine.
9.825.
9.825. That's the score for Stack. 9.80. So their total is 19.625. They are ahead of the Soviet Union. Stack and Hayden are now in first, but there's still more after this. At this juncture in the first round, show the United States enjoying first place and fourth place. This is significant because only 2 members from the United States can advance to the next round, even though there are 4 and 5 pairs from the United States competing. And right now we're about to see Phoebe Mills and Kevin Davis compete. Mills is about to vault. The significance here is she wants to beat that 19.475 total. So we figure, Peter and Kathy, that they have to get a 9.8 and a 9.7. Doesn't matter which one gets which, but they need a total of 19.5 approximately to get into the second round. Only 2 pairs may advance, and already we have 2 in the top 5. Phoebe Mills, 15 years of age. She is coached by Bella Caroli. And Growing has agreed with this young lady. Traditionally, we say with a young female gymnast, uh-oh, she's maturing, there goes her career. But with this young lady, the strength becomes her.
She's staying very lean as she grows up. So what's important here is her strength to weight ratio is very good. This vault is also a good vault for Phoebe. She's doing the Yurchenko layout full twist. She's had great success with this vault.
9.60 for Mr. Geddes.
Just 48 hours ago, Phoebe Mills won the American Cup, and Bella Caroli has now coached 7 of the past winners of the Cup since its inception. I think back in 1976, he's coached Nadia Comaneci, Mary Lou Retton, Christy Phillips, and now Phoebe Mills won the American Cup. Christy Phillips is not in this meet. Christy Phillips won the American Cup last year. She is now training for the Olympics.
Very well done. Again, she's hoping to stick her next ball. She stuck every single one in warm-up, so I know she's hoping she's still got one left in her.
Phoebe is another who left her home in Northfield, Illinois.
She's really got this vault down pat. The position is perfect. Onto the horse. Good lift.
Is it a 9.8 or a 9.7?
Probably 9.75.
Peter Vidmar, I want to bring you in here quickly because you were coached at one point by Bella Caroli at this very meet.
Yeah, I was. I was coached. It was kind of an informal coaching job he did.
Perfect vault. You can't get much better than that. A little more distance, but
Well, Bella was coaching me at this competition. I'll tell you, my coach went home. I thought I could take this meet a little bit lightly and relax, and I asked Bella if he could just help me out during the meet, and he assumed the role of a coach. I mean, he was telling me exactly what to do, telling me how to help my dismount. I asked him if I should change things, and he said, no, don't change that. Do the easier one. You've got to hit this routine. It was a lot of pressure, but it was a lot of fun.
He said, I want the Lakes might be bumped from the second round by virtue of those 2 performances. Kevin Davis, a heartthrob of the USA gymnastics team. I say that because all of the young female gymnasts wanted the opportunity to compete with them in this mixed pairs, and Phoebe got the call.
Kevin's really come into his own, especially the last few months. He won our winter national competition and was re-ranked as our top gymnast out of that. Here's his invert.